Hello, hello, ladies and gents. How you doing? Guys, I am back. It's time to play some poker. So, here is what I have for you so far. Sitting on one table of 200 snaps. This looks like an amazing table, by the way. Got a 200 reg table here. We're five-handed. This one seems a little bit tougher, but I mean, that's okay. When I moved this, get back there. So he goes for the 4-bet, and I'm supposed to just flat here a lot if he goes to like 42. If he goes to this, I mean, I guess we could just kind of stick with that. Oh, that is one hell of a flop. And he starts out with a quarter, and I mean, that's kind of expected. My play here is 100% call, never ever raise. 6 on the turn is reasonably tame. Villain goes for the check on turn. I think I'm just gonna stick in quarter here, which is what, like 37.5? Yeah, that seems okay. And he's unfortunately on the snap fold plan. There's quite a few like pocket pairs under king that I think want to check that spot. There's the occasional slow play, but frankly, if he's slow playing, you know, I'm not thrilled. Not thrilled if he's slow playing, because some of those hands will beat me. Also, speaking of very good starts, got a full house here. This was a 4-way pot. I actually just let out on the turn. I feel like I have to lead out like medium on the river, which is kind of annoying. I feel like it's not using this hand to its full potential. Actually, no, I'm going to try to go for the check raise all in. I mean, he could have a jack 10, he could have, you know, any other sort of value hand that's willing to go for a bet, and then we just check raise all in here. And so, I mean, I don't know what he had, but he snap folded, which means it wasn't anything good. And so we got a river bet out of something, you know, not so good. Awesome. So we got like 9 here versus the half stack. It's probably a reasonable size to take. Get snap called, get a board like this. So like versus an unknown player, we're not really looking to fold here. On textures like this, I expect people to be like super stabby, so I'm actually just gonna go check here, and if he stabs, I'm just gonna stick it in. Are we beat? Sometimes, yeah. Are we ahead sometimes? Absolutely. Should this work out versus like a random half stack player? Should. And all right, we fade the snap call. Now the question is, do we get a tank call? Now, I imagine if he has a pair, I'm pretty sure he's snap calling. Like there's so much money in the middle already. That's not a pair. Oh, but he gets there anyways. Oh. All right, well, guys, perfect illustration of what I was just talking about. He's going to have way too much random stuff, and the check jam is going to work out. Sometimes he calls. He called and we were way ahead. But sometimes the river 3 hits. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, this tail. Okay, here's what happens. Muck went for the raise. L over here, 3-bet jammed the rest of their stack, which was $25. And I cold called, and then Muck came along as well. So we're 3-way to this flop. That's too big. I think this is okay. And so this is a hand I'm probably going to look to jam on a lot of turns. I think the 10 is, I mean, it's not my ideal turn, but it's good enough. Yeah, let's stick it in. It's slightly under a pot size bet. Okay, good news is I get the $75 side pot. Bad news is that his quad 10s get the main the main pot there. Oh geez. That's a hell of a run out for him. Popping down here, ace queen or queens is a cold 4-bet, can either be just something regular size or jam. They're both going to be good. Go ahead and toss in a 3-bet here. Okay, so I tossed in a 3-bet with ace queen suited up against this 4x raise, and then Ozan just insta calls. Now Ozan's a bit splashy. You know how splashy he is when he comes to cold calling $12 3-bets though. Okay, here's the thing. My hand is great. However, I'm going to check this back. We're going to be a little bit tricky with the flush draw. So I'm going to forego a little bit of fold equity on the flop. I'm going to, I don't know if this is necessarily, protecting, a check back range, but it certainly seems like it. We get, some nut hands on a variety of turns. Just go for the check back again. I mean, not the best river, but pretty close. And he just goes for this little small one. And I have to believe he doesn't really have ace king in range. And if he did, he's probably just going for a bigger bet. So I'm actually going to raise this, the ace queen. And he snap calls and we're good. But let's follow it up by making it 12 here and seeing if we can do something nice with an ace king. Okay, so rainbow ace queen 7. I'm just going to go small bet with my entire range. Ace king is great. Tossing in the raise here with ace 10. Got a 3-bet with queen 10. That is a good flop. So I'm going to start off with a small bet. Would love to get check raised. Would love to get check jammed on. Okay, is that how we're doing this? Yeah, actually, once that 8 paired, he had outs. How crazy is that? So he just, I don't really know what to say there. He just hit top pair and went insane, I guess. The hand was over a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Got another flush draw over here. We could do kind of a bit of everything here. Flat seems cool. Raising a little bit seems cool. I don't really like the queen here. Villain goes for 2/3 on flop check turn, which I think is going to result in me checking back. And he got smaller on flop. I think we bluff turn quite a bit more. So just go to realize here. Do not realize. 9 on the river is potentially gonna get bluffed for me if checked too. I don't think it's gonna call. The ace blocker here sucks. Okay, yeah. So let's fold this one. Let's pop over here. Machinator went for a 5x big blind open on the button. And then I 3-bet him to 14 big blinds, I think. And now here we are. With a pot-sized bet left on this texture, jamming is actually kind of super cool. I think we're gonna do that. If it's any drier of a texture, I think we never shove. But this is just kind of a brutal one. Obviously I want to call there, but there's... You go for a smaller bet, he floats, a huge portion of the turns in the deck just absolutely suck. I think that's okay. Also, it's a spot where, if I actually have a draw there, I'm probably just shipping every time. We're not getting fancy ever. Alright, so top set is cool. Top set, very, very cool. This is a board where, for the most part, I think I'll want to go big bets or checks, and I'll want to toss aces into the check range. That's actually probably... That might be the worst card in the deck. Maybe the 3 of spades is technically a little bit worse. But so this brings a couple ways for our hand to be second best, unfortunately, both the flush and the low end of the straight. Muck goes for the check. I think we're just going to go half pot here every time. Donnie, howdy, how you doing? I see how it is. That's how we run out, huh? I think if I'm considering going for a value bet with a non-flush hand, it has to be not aces, because that's where a good chunk of his, from these positions, I don't think we're putting in the c-bet. There's some earlier positions where, our range just connects so well with this board that we're just kind of happy to bet everything. This is not one of those spots. Connecting with the 9 on the turn is great. And I don't think I have any intention to raise here. So just go for the call. River's a blank. That's pretty clean. Villain goes for the check. I'm going to go for the bet. Size-wise, we probably just go for half pot or something silly like that. Remember, we're looking to get called by 1 pair. Jack 9. Perfect. Meanwhile, I've gone ahead and squeezed here. Got called by E-Tax, and I'm tossing in a very small c-bet here. Getting raised, and okay, very, very important, guys. Don't shove over this raise. Take a moment, click call. then check to him on the turn, because there is an above average chance this is just a random spaz. And I mean, if he has a good hand, it's all gonna go in anyways. If it's a random spaz, you want to give him the opportunity. What on earth is this? Okay, hold on. Let's be really cheeky here. Let's go like this. 115 in the pot. He goes for a min bet. We raise to 16. I'm gonna be really disappointed if he folds here, I'll be honest. And yeah, now it's just like 33 left. If he's got me, he's got me. So 1/5 pot size bet. Don't you go folding. I mean, okay, yeah, if the gut shot hits, the gut shot hit. I certainly gave him good odds. So we got that 3-bet, we got this 3-bet, we got an open raise over here. We actually got a 4-bet here. Recton goes to 58. And against a size like this is like near pot. I'm gonna assume that 7-6 is, frankly, probably still peeling quite a bit. Might have like a fold mix. But this is, I don't know, this is a reasonably good hand that retains its equity against strong ranges. And I mean, it's not the dream flop, but it's close. So we'll see what he does. This is certainly a spot where he could go for some bigger bets, some smaller bets. We'll see. Oh, he goes for the very small. I think we actually raise against that quite often. I don't really think that that's a strategy you want to use on this type of board. Like, this is a board where you could just blast. I'm not really sure why he's not blasting. I need to pick a size, like, honestly, 3x doesn't seem that bad here. Maybe a bit more. Maybe something like this is fine. No one, how much did I profit in 2024? Not enough. If he goes for the jam here, it's a call. Oh, would you look at that turn. Guys, that is a $540 pot coming our way. I mean, it was a fortunate turn. He was ahead, but I mean, that's why we put in money with equity, of course. Ace-4 is not an unreasonable 3-bet, 5-bet hand if he happens to go to a 4-bet, you know, something in the range of like 130 to 150 maybe. He goes 135, and I don't necessarily think this is like full frequency, but I think this is like pretty darn close to full frequency. So we just go for the jam. This is a bluff. Oh, don't tease me like this. Oh, guys, we just won an $1,100 pot. Apparently that is the theme today. I'm getting my money in bad and actually connecting, which is, you know, a nice change from the theme we've had from like the past few streams of getting your money in good and then getting rivered. So the 8s are getting 3-bet by Value Town over here. We are deep, we're in position. I mean, even if we weren't, call seems pretty standard. Okay, so that is an 8. That is a lovely spot to be in, but that's like potentially the diciest 8 we could possibly get. I mean, short of there being like a flush draw on board or something. And I'm actually not like crazy familiar with what my raise frequencies should be like on this board deep. I'm gonna start with a call. I think that's a completely reasonable thing to do. This is also a board texture on which Value Town can just start going for some very big bets on turn and river. Gonna make a little bit of a hero call here against Cash Miner in a 3-bet pot. It's a little bit over half pot. We have a pair of 7s. The jacks are good. And okay, so back here, we get checked to on turn. I think 3/4 is a completely reasonable size. He goes for the call. That's one of the more undesirable rivers. We're still going to have a value bet here, though this is going to be like amongst the weakest value bets we're going to have. Bigger value bets or you know, better hands are just going to be a bunch of flushes. And yeah, so 267 seems quite good. This is, I feel like this is a spot where it's so hard for Villain to pull bluffs. Like if he wants to have like a 1-spade bluff jam, he needs to do it with like an ace or a king. and that is reasonably hard to do. Ah, he does go for that, huh? I think we might actually fold the set here. I mean, my range is completely uncapped. I have every single nut flush in range. Probably going to be checking back turn with quite a few, like, king X of spades. But we got, like, you know, queen jacks, jacks 10, like, all that stuff. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a fold. It feels a little bit bad, but it seems to make sense. They get called. We hit a pair of eights. I'm not terribly picky about, you know, betting or checking this one. Let's go ahead and bet this time. Small size. I want to go about this. I mean, I feel like checking back a jack X of spades is just like super crystal clear. This one's a little bit dicier. I think with the bottom pair where I have like reasonable fold equity against like various jacks and queens, this is like kind of nice. And so I think we probably go for like small overbet here with our little combo draw. And okay, so we have the second nuts. Not a bad spot at all. Assuming, yeah, he doesn't lead into me. I think sizing-wise, we never really want to go larger than 3/4. Going 3/4, I guess, feels kind of natural. Otherwise, going for half. Like, either of these should be fine. Let's go for this one and then call a jam, of course. Ooh, we got some strong opinions about those pocket eights. That's okay. So, like, that's a situation where, like, Muck is in such a crap spot when the river peels out that way, because given the type of range that I'm betting on turn, you know, it's going to be a lot of stuff that's connected with that board. It's going to be like some under pairs to the board too, just as bluffs, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that is just connected with that board. And then the 9 hits on the river, and so much of that stuff improves. It's actually a very hard spot for me to over bluff. And we just take checkbacks with like a whole bunch of 2-pair and stuff. Checkbacks with like top pair and like any type of an air type hand. We just bluff it, and I don't think there's much he can do about it. But just back here for the moment. Muck goes for a bet. Not really expecting Muck to have deuces here much at all. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna call this, I think. In the meantime, we have a set of queens over here. Yeah, let's just go for the call. 2-pair. I mean, it's certainly not bad. Let's pop over here. Just small bet against Cash Miner. That one takes it down. Feels bad. And so Muck just goes for like the medium-sized bet here, and I think this is just a call. Like, I mean, flushes will be rare. I think straights will be really rare. Pocket deuces hard to have. Just seems like an easy spot to just bluff. Like, you know, for every set of deuces, he's gonna have like triple the amount of like 3s, 4s, 5s. I don't know. Just let's go ahead and not fold that. It is deuces. Pop over here. Let's just block this spot. If I get raised, I don't actually think this is like a ridiculous hand to just ship over a raise. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to go for that. So like we're gonna want to have like some nut hands. They go small bet, 3-bet, and we're gonna want to have some bluffs. And this just kind of seems like a decent one to do it with. Having a connection with a 3 on the river would be amazing, but like that's really hard to do without having like some sort of 2-pair. So we go for the bet 3-bet bluff here. Get the fold, lovely. Pop over here, 2 kings against a Pico, just never checking this back against him, just always going big. Just always going again on turn. If he check raises, just straight up fold this. He does, and he even goes for the huge check raise too. Yeah, this is not close. Like I don't know what would be close. I guess having a 5 would be close. Yeah, it's the type of thing, like, even if I go all in for, like, 4 times the pot on the river, we're probably just getting called there. And just call here versus an MP raise with the queen 10. We have a gutter, we got a backdoor flush draw. As if the one where I actually connect with the suit is the one I lose. That's how it's gonna be today, huh? Half pot is a bit of a silly size to take on this board. We'll want to check raise this a bit, otherwise just go call. Kind of like a reasonably low roll here, so we'll just go call. Hit the 10. Like, if he continues with like small-ish type bets, this is actually kind of a cool check raise combo. And then just like follow through on the river, representing the good old queen jack. And he does just go ahead and take the medium bet. Now, like, there's a bit of risk to this. Like, this guy's a bit of an unknown. I don't know. It's no limit hold'em, but maybe he doesn't know that he's supposed to like overbet this flop a bunch and just like bet really big on turns. Let's go like 22 here is probably fine. If he's the type of guy to never overbet, then that obviously means that a lot of the strong hands that should be overbetting are just going into like his medium bet range, and that's just going to be worse for us. But if he ever does overbet, like if he ever does go like even just like 3/4 plus on this flop, it's just an amazing spot for us to attack. And then I think this is actually the same guy I just overbet on the river with my ace jack. So let's punt into him twice in a row. What could possibly go wrong? This one's a bit of a bigger overbet. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, we're not getting top set aces to fold. We're not getting like 2 pair plus heart to fold. Once in a while, surely somebody has a worse hand, though. Getting 3-bet, like, from these positions, should actually consider folding this. I don't know, I like to be a bit sticky with this kind of stuff. Once in a while, especially, hello. Okay, guys, we just flopped the flush. Not only did we flop the flush, we actually have the royal flush draw. Oh, how do we want to structure this? This is a bit brutal, actually. Like, how do we get our value? I mean, it's probably just like this, right? Just like small bet flop, medium bet turn, or small raise flop, medium bet turn, and then just like rest on river. Okay, so we maintain the absolute nuts. We're gonna follow through with medium bet on turn. The annoying part, like on a board like this, a lot of players are just gonna go like bet check with things like ace king, or bet check bet, or you know, something like that. So they're mostly just trying to get like 2 streets out of it, while I of course want 3, and alright, we maintain having the absolute frickin' nuts. So if I check to him, obviously, like if he has some sort of a value bet, you know, he's gonna go for value, and you know, I get it that way. The gross thing here is if I go for a check to him, what is he bluffing into me? Because of course, like, you know, we're looking to get the whole package out of him. We're not looking to just check and get a value bet out of him, because if we're just doing that, I can just bet into myself. That is way too light of a call, but thank you. We'll see if he's gonna toss in any sort of a bet. Meanwhile, I have to reload my 200 snap table. That's no fun. He goes medium. Check raise this a bit, call it a bit. I'm not terribly picky. 7 on turn, we maintain top pair, that's great. Villain can unfortunately have a few over pairs. By a few, I mean every single one. But hand's still looking pretty good. And it's definitely looking very good if he checks back this turn. Oh, he does. Okay, so like when I have an ace in hand, I think I want to check to him, just allow him to toss in a bet on the river. The ace is going to eat into his check back range a little bit and should make my bluff catching a little bit more profitable. Alternatively, like I can bet small here, but I'm looking to get called by like worse 8s, 7s, like pocket 5s, stuff like that. I'm actually not thrilled about that idea. Let's go for this. And I mean, if this goes check, I always win. Just banked the absolute nuts in a 3-bet pot here against Mr. Wheelchair. I guess I have to bet this turn. Half pot. Okay, and the intended strategy was to just go check call here. Rakton does go for roughly a pot size bet. I don't think that really changes much. We expected him to be going for a big bet here. And alright, hey, bluff catching's not all bad. Let's go meanwhile over here. So, okay, I actually bet half pot on the turn, he check called, and then the river is just going to be a jam. I don't necessarily think we want to jam like a whole bunch of just like a queen X here, but absolutely jam the king queen. And now he's in a spot with, I mean, anything other than a straight. Straights are not in a spot, whether he has the 8 or, I think I actually misread this board a little bit. I thought this was an 8, so I thought like queen high was a straight. I mean, I think this is actually even better for me. But oh yeah, I definitely misread this. I did not misread my hand. My hand is still good. I have the absolute nuts. Can't be beat, especially not by that. But yeah, I thought there was a 4 straight where a queen would be a straight, a queen or a 7, but no, it's just king queen as well as the 8. Here, guys, this is our daily graph. The daily graph actually looks really silly because we played at a 500 here and we had a very quick like back and forth win a stack, lose a stack type situation. But I mean, otherwise, yeah, mostly in the green today, ended up $265 in the correct direction. Did run a bit above EV today. I'm not gonna complain about that at all. And yeah, lots of, I think a good amount of like 100 snap considering we played like 1800 hands today, which I'd like to get like more of the action being 200 plus, but I mean, I'll certainly take that. You just get like a ton of hands per hour at one snap, just like you end up doing well anyways, even if the stakes aren't quite as high. Right. That's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good one.